Welcome back to UFC Noche Petty Picks Recap. UFC 306 went down at the Sphere, was very iconic. The production was incredible, even from home. I was having the most FOMO. I was like, I wish I was there. They definitely need to go back. I know Dana said that they're probably never going to go back because they're in a contract with MGM. But if anybody can make it happen, it's Dana. So they need to make it happen, and that's that. But let's start with the first fight.
Russell's versus Aori.
Chee-wee-wee!
No, it's like chee-wee-wee.
Okay, yeah. And after he won, he had the whole arena saying chee-wee-wee with him, which was iconic.
Hey, he didn't even have a viral moment,
though. But he did go into this fight with a couple different injuries, and he contemplated pulling out 2 weeks beforehand. So kudos to him for going in there and getting the dub. I'm sure we'll see improvements from him when he comes back.
Yeah, he showed some wrestling in that fight. Normally he just goes at you with the striking, but he got caught a few times and then he would get a takedown. It wasn't very impressive, but it was good to see him do it against a guy with that many fights like Aori has.
All right, the next one was Chiras versus Van.
That was a good fight. It was a war. I think they got the decision right. The second round was insane. They could have stopped it, but then Chiras came with that spinning elbow.
Okay, can we take a minute to, give the refs a round of applause? They did not stop the fights for nothing, for anything. They let them fight. We love to see it because there's a lot of times where they stop it and the stoppages are questionable. There was no questionable stop. Even if they did stop it, we would have been like, okay, that's okay. You could have stopped it. But I'm so glad that they didn't, because what a turn of events in that fight. Fight of the night. We were both wrong on that one. For the Roses fight, we both picked correctly. And then the second one, we both picked wrong. The next one was Yasmin versus Souza. Another great fight.
Yeah, I did not expect that. I thought Yasmin was going to win, but she got caught with the left hook and submitted like that. It was quick.
And it was the first submission and one of the only finishes of the night.
There was only 2 finishes, 8 decisions.
That's wild. And then we got Torres and Bahamondes.
Bahamondes. You got it right this time, finally.
So I won this one and you didn't.
Yeah, my guy Torres, he would throw his combo, run in, get clipped, and running hands down.
It was a good fight, though.
He was fighting like it was the 50s.
Why are you ragging on everybody? Okay, then we got Aldana and Dumont. First of all, before you say anything, I just want to give Aldana so much credit. I did pick her to win. She did not win, but she fought with her face, like half of it tore open. She probably needed over 100 stitches. That was wild to watch that. I'm surprised the refs didn't stop it for the doctors to look at, or her corner, because it was leaking blood between the second and the third. And then it looked like the movie Carrie, which you're too young to probably know what that is, but there was blood just everywhere, all over her, getting over Dumont. That was insane. Hats off to Aldana. I'm just curious, how would that affect her coming back? Like reopening cuts and things like that. And it's going to take her a really long time to heal that. So we'll see.
Well, she's 36, and if that takes her a long time, she's probably done pretty soon here. You were defending her. You're like, she's not that old. I'm her age. And I was like,
I'm not her age. She's older than me. But I said
barely. And I was like, Dumont's going to maul her. And you were like, no, I'm sticking with Aldana. And I was like, no, I'm telling you, Dumont's going to maul her.
She kept going, but she kept going forward. You got to give her credit.
Look at her face, though.
It doesn't matter. She kept going forward.
She was cut from here to
all
here.
Right. Okay. Well, then we got Rodriguez and Osborne. I was wrong and you were right.
Again.
Okay, keep going.
That was a good fight. Rodriguez got dropped, and then he got put in a triangle. It looked like he was unconscious, but he wasn't. He came back and won the fight. Osborne thought he won. I didn't think Osborne won.
Yeah, I think it could have gone either way.
No, you're only saying that because you picked Osborne. Stop lying.
All right, Zellhuber and Ribovics.
This fight could have been stopped. It was insane.
This fight, I'm so glad that Jason Herzog did not stop it.
I agree.
Because, Zellhuber was doing a very good job. Like, his movement was insane.
He was like
the way he was ducking, and he would throw a couple back, then he would ran around the ring, the octagon, and it was wild. Definitely, it got fight of the night, and it deserved it, and that's that. Okay, Diego Lopez and Ortega. That fight was crazy. I was like screaming. Diego caught him like the first like 30 seconds and almost dropped him. I mean, no, he did drop him, but he almost finished him. But then he hopped on him, like Dana said. He let him
No,
back.
did he?
He let
Pause.
he let him back up, and he held him down too long, so he gave him more time to recover. But it's great for him because he got more experience and everything like that. But what do you think is next for him then?
I think he should fight the winner of Mavzar and Aljo in Utah.
Okay, that would be a good fight.
I think he should get his Mavzar rematch just because he's probably going to have to wait behind Volkanovski and Topuria.
That's a good read. Because Volkanovski is waiting for the winner of Max and Ilya.
They have Lopez at number 3 right now.
Yeah. And where does that put Dan Ige? Because I think Dan Ige should be moved up the list because he went 3 rounds with Diego Lopez on a 4-hour notice. And, you know, if they would have went 5 rounds, it could have been a totally different outcome.
No, I bet you there's some random dude that beat Izzy 10 years ago, and they didn't.
We're not talking about 10 years ago. We're talking about like a month or 2 ago.
Okay, a few months ago. They're not going to move him up in the rankings because he lost to the guy who's now.
It was a very close fight. Well, I think Dan Ige needs a higher ranked fight for his next fight.
After his fight at 308, give him the number 6.
What if he's fighting number 6?
He's not fighting number 6.
Who's he fighting?
Not number 6.
Okay.
He's fighting like an unranked dude or like number 12. Lerone Murphy, number 11.
So he's fighting number 11. I think his next one after that needs to be for like 5 or 6. If he can get through Murphy.
Murphy's a tough guy to get through though.
Very.
He went 5 rounds with Edson Barboza.
That one's going to be a good fight. I'm excited to see that.
What's next for Ortega?
Well, what's next for Ortega is his eye needs to heal because he got punched in the eye. He thought he got a finger to the eye, and then he couldn't see after that. But maybe he gets the winner of Danny Lerone Murphy.
That wouldn't be a bad fight. They got him at number 5 now, so maybe he could fight the loser of the title fight, Topuria and Holloway. Maybe he could get his rematch with Holloway. Holloway taught him how to block a 1-2 in the middle of the fight. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah,
I did.
Legendary. That was yeah. Holloway's a legend. All right, and then we get to Grasso and Shevchenko. I was on the losing side of this pick. I thought I was going for Grasso, and it's nothing against Shevchenko. I just felt like Grasso was going to win because I felt like she had the mental advantage over her. But Shevchenko, she came in like the badass that she is, and she proved me absolutely wrong. She had a game plan, and she executed it perfectly. And that's that. I know, but being there, like if you're watching while you're there or from home, you're gonna think that's a boring ass fight, and you know, boo, whatever. But she went in there and she executed her plan perfectly. So good on her. She got her belt back. She's sitting back on that throne with her crown on.
Yeah, I'm a Shevchenko fan. I'm glad she's back on top, but she didn't put a show on or nothing. That was just lay and pray, just like Merab.
Okay. Well, I also don't want to see a quadrilogy right now. I know they're 1-1-1, but Grasso was completely checked out. And Shevchenko just completely dominated the whole entire time. So I don't think we need to see that right now. Maybe they've just been way too focused on each other. So maybe I would like to see Shevchenko against Doug Rose. I would like to see Shevchenko maybe against Doug Rose. I would like to see Grasso. I would like to see Macy Barber get her rematch back with Grasso.
I think Grasso and Shevchenko both win those fights. I think Shevchenko finishes Doug Rose pretty quick, actually.
I don't know. Like, Doug is getting like a whole second wind, and she's just going out there and just beautifully performing. And I'm a huge fan, so we'll see.
Former champ, not future.
And that's what people are saying about Shevchenko. All right, now let's get to the fun one. Merab doesn't have striking. Merab doesn't have grappling. He went out there completely dominated. He beat him in punches, kicks, body shots, and kisses through the whole entire match. O'Malley did not look like himself, but Merab went out there and, you know, showed people why he deserves to be champ. People thought it was boring. Herb Dean kept trying to like rush them to fight. What do you think about that?
I don't really care. I mean, Merab that was the corniest thing ever, by the way. Merab has the most kisses. But that was like he just not hugged him for 25 minutes. It didn't show me anything saying that, oh yeah, Merab is dangerous. We gotta watch out for him.
Well,
I
he's the
think the
champ
second
now.
he faces Umar, good for him. I think the second he faces Umar, he's gonna get he's gonna lose a belt.
We'll see.
Umar is gonna finish him in the 4th round.
O'Malley is taking some time off. He is having surgery October 3rd that he announced on his podcast. And then he'll probably be out anywhere from 9 months to a year. He's got to heal. And then it's going to take time before he can start training again. But when he comes back, what do you think is next for O'Malley?
I would say Corey Sandhagen.
Okay. And if Umar loses, maybe Umar.
No reason to give O'Malley a wrestler again. He doesn't deserve that fight. He needs a striker versus striker matchup.
It's the UFC. And if you're a top-ranked guy, you should fight another top-ranked guy. Unless he's got to fight down to prove why he deserves to still be there.
He will face the top-ranked guy, but he'll face a top-ranked striker. He's their golden boy. There's no reason for him to fight a wrestler.
And for Merab, I think he should fight Deiveson Figueiredo before he fights Umar. Just because of what Deiveson Figueiredo has done in the UFC already. Umar's only had one ranked fight. That's it.
I agree with that, but they're still going to give it to Umar. They already said he was next.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, then that ends our recap for UFC Noche. But we'll be back with petty picks for UFC 307 in Salt Lake City.
We'll be there.
Stay petty.